All right, Jordan, how old are you, bro?
I'm 23.
23. Right on, bro. Yeah, I spoke with you a little bit, and
Well, technically turned 24. I'm turning fresh 24.
right on, bro. How was life growing up?
It's pretty well in the means of like intellectual that I could gain on my own standard, but as far as like parenting, I feel like I did lack a lot of like what others gained, and that caused me to get low intellectuals in school and school fundamentals on the funding they could give me towards it, and it made me get low amounts of schooling. So low amount of schooling meaning education, and educational systems weren't there for me. It was high.
So you're homeless right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been for like 19 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And like just about that, like it's been on the basis of I was like a rough child to deal with for my parents, as far as like I was basically told the simple shut the fuck up in class and get in school and handle your business and don't talk during school, or we're gonna pull you out. And I mean, as far as I've seen it for other kids, it was more like don't talk during schooling, or you're not gonna go to this practice to go see friends after or something. You're gonna go to this practice, you're gonna have me there to force it to be only as that, and then I'm gonna take the fun out of it. But for me, it was like, all right, go to class, learn this, and I was so excited to be around peers and stuff. Like I didn't get to go and hang out with them typically in early life, like at all. I didn't get to have fun and hang out in friends' houses like that. And the kids I did was people like my mom was choosing, so it's kind of like weird to get along with people.
Morning, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it. God bless you too, bro. Loves you too. Thank you for letting me hear that. I need to hear that. Stay blessed. Yeah, like that just affected me like really strongly, because like I felt like it was a feminine statistical being put on my life often, and my stepdad would be angered about it because he's my stepdad and he couldn't figure out how to adjust and apply means to it due to the fact he was a stepfather. Like he wasn't somebody that came from his genes to be like, all right, my gene here is what's making it to where he's more feminine because I'm in touch like this, you know, so to speak. So like he's trying to apply it from figuring out another man's means, but he wasn't understanding that I just wasn't feeling like I was being allowed to have that much freedom. But I didn't know how to explain it because it was embarrassing as hell as a kid, and my intellectual was that high at a young age that I knew that, but I felt like exposing that to him was gonna make him push me harder, and it was gonna hurt me, and like I don't know, it really did. So my education was just asked. My parents didn't really give a too much, and that was later on in schooling because of me just trying to make friends, and honestly, like it just got me pulled out a lot. So I feel like I just didn't really get shit out of my educational system with that, and because of that, I didn't get a good relationship with my parents. So
yeah, that could make things super tough, dog.
Like they didn't care about the actual means of like sitting down with me and being like, let me gain a relationship with my kid. For me, it was like
just seeing how you're doing, how you feeling, just that small stuff that kids need, you know?
Yeah, for real. Like, I wouldn't mind if they had that super close conversation of like sitting down and letting it rip into me, but like into their intellectual and putting that onto me, and even if it had to be vulgar sometimes, but only verbally placing it exactly how they meant it, rather than being like, you know what, this is how, if I put it to him, he's not going to understand it because I just don't believe it because he's a kid and I'm an adult, but I want to just physically apply it. But because of how other parents are going to look at it, they would do this shit where they would apply it a certain way publicly and physically like traumatizing for me, where if I ever spoke up, I would have to snitch out my parents to like the physical shit I was going through with them in order to be like, yo, they're saying this discipline wise and stuff, because like if I come out and say it like this, then they're just gonna tear into me at home. That's the only option, because of what I outweighed with what I said to motion, like what they did. But then at the same time, if I sit there and make it where they didn't know and I just took that punishment, then my parents would have outweighed it to like it was just all me, and like they were giving me a U of A walk-on scholarship and I was just feeding them nothing but like a Grease high school like D-rated movie ending cut, you know what I mean? Like I didn't give a shit about my life. But
so how have you been surviving?
I don't believe that anything that they did was true of those standards, my bad. So I do care about my life, but I feel like that means, to connect to what you were just asking, I think I care about myself so a degree of where I put my fundamentals in life and how I want to see myself like worth-wise and what I care about. Just basic means of how I look and my necessities that I know I need and stuff I don't need. I do care about myself a lot, and I'm really self-improvising. So I think I'm doing okay on that means, but I could be honest and be an adult, my bad, that I'm only being like that because okay is all I'm allowing myself to get to right now, and I am kind of like being lame and shit.
You feel stuck right now?
Yeah, that's the only reason why I say okay. Like I mean, this is the only reason why I would say okay is because like just that actually kind of cool. That coincided. I know you weren't pointing that out or nothing, like my jewelry and stuff, but like it was just when you looked at that, it made me think like these are the reasons.
That you got style, dog. I noticed that right off the bat.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
This is stuff that my community around me, like people work on for themselves, and they all integrate in their own style of like how they just basically communicate with their style and cosmetics wise in life, how they treat themselves. And I noticed that they treat themselves really well, and they started seeing how I felt about myself, but they wanted to see if it was just because like I was just treating myself well and maybe I was just lowballing to get good shit, like, or get better than anybody else or everyone, but by bullcrapping just to try to like slingshot, you know, Ricky Bobby my way up there. But yeah, it really wasn't.
If you ain't first, you last.
Yeah. And like they gave me some stuff and they saw what I did with it, and they were like, "Eesh," like I told them break a leg and came back like paralyzed and shit. But yeah, so I basically like just straight told them, I was like, I just suck at taking care of myself. So I just learned very little, and then I gained a lot from homies once I became an adult, because they were like, yo, like, I know it's hard as a kid, but you're an adult, and I'm an adult. And at the end of the day, like, if you can't do it as an adult, you gotta go to one of them homes, and I refuse to like do that unless I'm elderly, which is like or special needs. Those are the only reasons, you know, like I could see that it would be acceptable. But like to be a quitter and just kind of be like, I can't do it, and just throw myself in a home, I'll never do that. So I worked with what I had, and sometimes I told myself like to just quit being a bitch in life and like stand toe to toe with the devil on the times I felt like he was trying to headbutt with me, you know. And like I like how I look, like I love it. You know, I care about what I have. It makes me feel good. I love having opportunities, but then I make sure to look at the little stuff and weigh out what is more important and what it does for me. And I say like, this isn't a home at the end of the day, and then at the same time it's not something that's applying any net worth or any business, like statisticals at all to bank accounts. It doesn't have anything that is applying a foundation from here for myself, and gaining it to where I can make that's right, you know what I mean, and try to make my intellectual vocabulary also just like all around fundamentals of
you
life
speak well, bro.
just better.
You speak really
like
well.
I really try to like make sure that I look at the goods, but I also see like I can get to better qualities and better standards. I just have to look at it how it is. So
yeah,
I feel like I'm being treated well, but
it's good, man.
I'm being treated well because of others, but as far as myself, I need to push my boundary and my statistical height at my net worth.
Do you stay like in a camp or the tunnels? Like, how do you sleep? Where do you sleep?
Kind of, I would say like I roundabout sleep.
Okay.
I kind of have this new I don't want to say theory, a hypothesis is what it is, but I have this opinionated hypothesis of and sorry, my bad. I try to think about sometimes if I sit like this, body language, not trying to make it look like I'm bored or nothing. I'm not bored. I'm actually well into talking. It's just
good, bro.
I just try to be comfortable positioning.
Yeah, helps you think.
So so that way I'm not just answering off the fly of it's still what I would answer. Realistically, I just want to be 100% thorough, just in case somebody was in my positioning.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, but I would call it roundabout sleep, where it could be a tunnel, it could be an alley. Honestly, I really don't prefer those because of how dangerous they are, sleeping wise with other people that are homeless. I'd rather sleep at buildings when they're closed and take sometimes I get charged for trespassing a lot, and it's the only option I have is to take a trespassing charge, bro, because I've had times I started off where I was and this is doing no heroin, no drugs. I was just having stuff like this in my pockets, and as a young man, for myself being 24, this was my heroin for how a heroin addict sees heroin, you know what I mean? So as a young man, clothes, shoes, and jewelry, that was my and that was what I loved, bro. And I was so tired of waking up every day and my shit's gone, and I'm sitting there getting how I am right now, and it's really easy to fight it now because I could fight it because of how much I've been through it, and I know how sometimes it hits certain ears out here in Tucson, the percentage we have of homeless and how long they've done their time being homeless, and they don't really give a f sometimes because of how they weigh in. I could fight back the emotion, but before, bro, I've had nights where I was just bawling, screaming at them, why the hell are y'all stealing out of my pockets? Bro, one, that's fault, dog, to reach in a man's pocket in the middle of the night right next to his privates while he sleep. That's fault, bro. You're touching someone's thigh unwanted. And I've stated before out loud, and actually every spot I slept, please don't go through my pockets, don't touch me. If you feel like you need to steal that bad, bruh, I'll always have belongings outside of my reach, right next to me,
What's been the scariest thing that's happened to you out here?
I was just during my roundabout sleeping, ended up waking up and there's all these cars that were around me, and so I'm cussing out cars and shit, and I don't know if it was someone in the car, but I think it was this dude that got pissed off with this older cat in the Camaro. He drives by me one day, and there's this rusty, the ones with the trunk, but they're old school like Cadillacs, you know what I mean? And he like stares at me. He's looking like that. And he looked like, get off my lawn, dude. And I was like, okay, I don't even know. I was by Envision High School, and I was trying to look in the school window at the reflection because it was Sunday at 7. I only did that because I was like, Sunday, there's no school. And I had been in that area for like last 2 years. I've seen they don't have school on Sunday or Saturday. They do open around like 2, probably like 12 o'clock when like security's doing improvision or like putting up the school props for like next week. And I understood, bro, it's schooling, you know what I mean? It would be inappropriate if I were anywhere near like maybe my private parts or something, looking by the window or like making any gestures that looked like I was trying to rob it. But like,
Yeah.
literally I was standing straight up, fixing a beanie and a COVID mask to get on a bus, and I had a white t-shirt, khaki pants on, white shoes. So I was wearing all like brighter floral stuff, but I kept looking at this bus and I was going like that. Security guard comes down and he's like, hey, you already know, man. And like says it, you know, like I gotta leave with the point of what you're saying, but me and him never had problems before. I always would come fix my outfit. He would laugh and be like, fixing your outfit? I'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, all right, well, you know the rule, you can't like just sit here too long. But he wouldn't say it like stern. He said it honestly sounded better than I just said, but like being funny. But almost like, I'm gonna let you, but hurry up. But this morning he seemed kind of stressed about it because he seen the guy too. He's like, well, you already know. And he kind of looked at him, and I was like, And then I turned around, and he's like standing at this pole, and there's a pole sitting there like this. He's got his arms like that. And I was like, why the hell is he like lined up with this pole? I was like, that's kind of weird. And I said something, I was like, my bad, I'm going. He didn't say shit. His arm just twitched. And then he looks back at me when I started to walk off, and I looked and I seen something was messed up with the beanie and the alignment. I was like, that's weird. I just fixed it. Like, I tucked it in both sides, folded it over, but it flipped up and was like over. So I turned back, and while I'm fixing it, I heard him say it again. And when I look at him, he said, all right, man. He's like, it's time to leave, bro. But like, just sounded really different and flustered, and he was like a whole different height, it looked like. And I was like, all right, I might be tweaking off of the drugs or something. And I kind of freaked myself out off of what I was seeing and just like the statutory means of what was going on. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the hell out the way. And right as I go to like start leaving, I told him, yeah, my bad, I'm sorry. I start to leave and I hear, and I see this Camaro, the old dude going by. He goes completely past me. I turn back to look to the security to like see if while I'm sitting there looking at this guy, if I'm taking too long and if I just look like a bozo, like sitting there looking around and everything, you know. I look back and he's gone, and I was like, what the hell? So once he's gone, then I look back to the Camaro, and dude's already out at the street going back this way. So like, he was just passing this way, going up. I look back, when I look back, he's already going all the way back this way. Then I turn back to the mirror, and I start fixing with my left hand, and just as I'm starting to turn away, I hear a pow! Like 6-7 blocks far as hell. Yeah. Almost like a firework going off, like just the outskirts of like Green Valley or something. And then 5-6 seconds come by, nothing, and then I just feel my hand get snatched by what, in my description, I would describe it was like someone taking a hook on fishing string and tying it and like biking past somebody and flinging it out to their hand and then trying to bike like with the timing of how it caught my hand and made my shit just go like this. And I was like, what the hell? I look around, dead silent. There's just a group across the street, so okay, all talking, but they all looked at me. They didn't even know what happened, because like they look and they trying to see how I was reacting, and I was like nodded, and they were like, well, we don't know what you're looking for, but we heard the pop and stuff, but nobody seen nothing. I looked down, my hands all bleeding a little bit, and I was like, oh shit, and I seen a circle, and I was like, nah, no way, I got shot. So I looked around, still didn't see anybody, and then, like, the street just went from that Camaro. The security guard that was right there, he was gone. He hadn't even came back outside during this. So from having a guard right there, I guess he didn't hear the bullet or even hear it hit my hand or see me even get shot. Standing right in front of the place he was like checking. The dude with the Camaro drove off, and the whole line of traffic and cars just disappeared. Wow. And it was just, it was a dead silence.
Crazy, though.
It was scary, bro.
It's crazy.
I thought it was like, maybe I got put in some like fake ass like made up Tucson or something. It was really a targeting range and shit.
Damn, that's wild, bro.
And I was like, I hope I'm not like really in like Iraq or just being like a test target. Yeah, bro. That's how it felt. Like I got that scared because
that is.
Once I thought in my mindset, I tried to do rational thinking as quick as I could, because it was one of those things like you could have been as high as you ever could have been in life on anything. That shit would have knocked you straight into like fight or flight, bro. Because that's how I felt. But from me thinking about it, I was like, well, he hit my hand, and when I looked back at my hand, I was like, well, let me double check if I got shot. I was like, well, where'd the bullet go if I got hit? And then I seen this hole on the other side, and it was just gushing out. Once I looked at it again, I was like, damn, it just went from leaking a little bit here to it's getting swollen a little bit to now there's the hole there straight through, you can see, and it was gushing. Wow. It was just kind of late because my not realizing if I got shot or not. Like once it started gushing, when I realized, I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, I did just get shot. I'm looking around for like 5 blocks. There's no traffic, there's nothing but 2 cars at the gas station, the group of people, and nothing going this way or that way, but like it's always normally as active as it is.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was dead silent, so I was like,
so
all
do you think that guy shot you, or?
That's what I also
just
thought.
Not sure?
That's what was so like.
So either the guy or maybe somebody either from the distance.
Those are the 2 things I put
or somebody
together.
just driving by and. That's weird, dude.
I was like, there was no way for it to not be any of those 3 things. I was like, it had to have been the Camaro person. Could it have been him?
Yeah.
The security guard, or
that's crazy, bro.
A random shooter. But I also outweighed it all like a grown man. Like, bro, I don't like the most I would take from somebody I've stolen. Nowadays, I even sometimes still kind of finesse is like, bro, if somebody drops them on the floor. And I know, like, that's still, like, it's a tacky ass thing. That should still get your hand knocked off by if you do it to the right person. But, like, I'm not doing it in the form of, all right, let's set up so-and-so to get this. It's more like if they get high as f*** and I see it blowing in the wind, I'll be like, damn, bro, I've been looking for hours on the floor. And, like, if I just wait a minute and see if he's going to get up, because if he gets up with, like, 30 seconds within, I'll be like, nah, that. He's not high or nothing.
What's up,
What's
bro?
up? Just chilling.
Did you go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like normally I would like check it within that 30 seconds, and if not, I go pop up, grab it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a at least 2-minute thing, and I would just take off, and I would thank God and be like, thank you God for like allowing me to have something, like, cause my teeth. Yeah, I really bad dental, so that was what I was using it for. All my molars are gone. I just snapped this tooth, and that's really why I smoked, to get rid of that pain. So I was like, thank you for the opportunity to release my pain. And to me, that's like the gesture. Was God was like allowing them to release their pain through sleep, and like stretching out to me like, here, just take it, so that way it's not stealing because it's being released. And
do you smoke the beans or G? Like, which one helps the pain?
I smoke both, but like, absolutely beans are the only thing that help pain or resolve any pain. G is like,
just keeps you
completely pointless. It's just pointless. It just gets you really high. But like, I just smoke G because I get frantic about getting into situations of not even really physical anymore, because I can well defend myself, and I've like trained and worked out enough. It's more so don't want to deal with the laws of it, like of just life and gestures, and I don't want to get robbed in my sleep, and so I just said, "Fucking, I'm just gonna stay up." Yeah.
Last question: do you have a plan to get out of here? Because you're super smart, you speak well, you got good style.
That's just thank you.
Absolutely, bro. What's your
again.
ultimate plan, dude? Absolutely, bro. What's your plan?
That's what I was kind of hoping to, honestly, like get a helpful quote from somebody one day, or like
Have you been to like a detox or rehab?
like a shoving gesture on information.
Yeah. I have a lot of resources.
I need that. 'Cause,
There's
like, I'll go, bro. I'm absolutely 100% down to. I'll sprint if I can get a starting line for the 100-meter race, bro. Like, I don't need the little foot pedal things. I don't need the pushers. You know what I mean? Like,
I went to rehab for 4 months. That got me off the streets. That stopped me from using. And when I was there, I was able to better myself. I got to eat, got to rest, got to sleep. And then I got my life back. You know, it's kind of like you get a chance to recenter, like restart, and then plan for the future when you get out.
right.
Those places are open 24 hours a day, like a detox center. If you go there, you're there for like a day. Tell them you want to go to rehab if you want, and they can take you to a rehab. Do you have Access insurance?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to go.
Access will cover
Get today, honestly.
It worked for me, dude.
Thought about it yesterday. I was getting inspired off of music because I'm trying to entrepreneur, like making music and rapping. And I felt like once I was sitting there chilling and shit, I was like, maybe like starting a step forth instead of just like worrying about entrepreneuring and getting into rap.
There you go.
Like as a main step, maybe just trying to.
If you want to go, I can take you anytime, bro.
Yeah.
I could take you right now, or I could give you my card if you want. You call me when you're ready, and you go in there, you check in, and that's when your life begins, bro. You know, because out here it's kind of like the same day over and over.
I would definitely think I would like to take a card only.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Only to put like. Not to bullshit at all. I know some people say that and they don't even call, or then they call, or they show up and it looks so meet and greet, like puppeteered and shit for their basis. But like,
so whenever you're ready,
I'm really excited too. I know 100% I'm gonna take it that serious. I'm gonna go about it like full motion. I think the only reason I say take a card is because I for sure want to make sure I have your business and have the ability to make sure that like. You integrate me into it because of your maturity level, and I just know I would need like the hour or two to blow off some steam of not to smoke drugs or nothing, but just to like chill with some homies, sit with them, be like, hey, let's shoot some hoops so I can talk to y'all at the park, or like even if we just walk, I probably want to just walk, but like walk with them to go get a soda and chill and explain like I can't even smoke no more because. That's just how I stretch it to myself. Like, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah. You have a lot of potential, bro. You're super smart. I wish that. I'm 44. I'm 20 years older than you. So I had to restart life over at 38. You know, I don't want you to start over at 38, bro. It sucks. Yeah. You know, like,
you're 28.
I had my mind made up. Like in my 20s, like your age, that's when I wanted to find a career. I wanted to make that bread, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe find a girl, but business first. In my 30s, just keep grinding. 40s, maybe 40s, 50s, retire. But me, I had to start over at 38 years old. It sucked. It's a huge mind game, dude. But I got the chance to restart, you know. So that's what I'm doing. If you start now or soon, you'll be good. Yeah. You got plenty of life left, dog. You know this ain't it. You know what I mean? Like you just have to go through what you have to go through. Check in with your homies, see if any of them want to go to get some help with you, and then just whenever you're ready, just make that call. You know, it doesn't have to be me. There's plenty of resources. I just take people if they want to go. You know, I don't work for rehabs or nothing like that. That's just what worked for me. You know, so I'm sharing my experience with you. You're super smart, bro. So ultimately, you want to rap? Is that your ultimate goal?
Yes, sir.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Do it, bro. Well, I'll give you my card, bro. Thank you for talking with me.
Yeah,
And,
appreciate you.
Absolutely, bro. You want to say anything to any family or last message in case any family's watching? Or
I would just like
Any
to
message?
say that I love my family, for the Youngs and the Gunnies, and that I appreciate everything that they have done, and I apologize for just younger statures and statisticals that I applied to life when I was younger and what I had gone about in that lifestyle. But if anything was not made important to notice in the means of at least they tried, then I would want to reinstate that they did at least try. And that's the biggest step for being a parent, is even putting a foot in there. So I'm proud of my stepdad for being a stepdad, and I forgive him for everything that he's done, ever, been through in life with me. And I don't see means of ever wanting to challenge his role. And I don't see him ever applying his role as being challenging, how he's tried to not make it seem.
yeah,
He's actually done a really good job on making it known, and I'm proud of him for it. So I don't want him to think that those couple of headbutts and battles we had is me thinking that he's not a stepdad. Like, he's a real dad.
that's what family does, bro.
I'm just sorry for my youth.
They just want you better. They want you healthy.
And
I want you healthy. I don't even
it.
know you. I just want you happy and healthy, dog.
I hear you.
Rapping.
I know I've been like, every day I've been feeling like, I just want to say too real quick, like, for my youth and my family and like maybe even other peers and other youths, like, don't let your youth precede you ever in your intellectual means, and intellectual meaning like your smarts and how much you put into video games and leveling and becoming that character you want to be in the game. You gotta make that character in life in order to make it. That's the
Be your own character. Yeah.
For real.
That might be the title of this video.
For real, to be that character in that game.
You're the lead actor in your movie, bro.
So it works. Yeah.
You're the main actor in your movie.
Right.
So
and I didn't realize
make that shit happen, dog.
So
Make it happen.
I'm trying to do it now, but I was hoping I didn't get like too old, and like I'm 24, but I turned 25 at the end of this year, September 13th. But I was hoping like I'm not old.
You're Virgo?
But sometimes I tell myself I am. Like, I don't know. I think it's how I feel. Yeah. Then I feel like old is 70 and 80. I tell myself that, but it is to me. That is like 70 and 80 is when you start getting ready to retire. You want to sit down. You need someone more often to apply that help for sure, like physically. And 30s is like the starting of another prime. It's like business, and it's your intellectual maxed out prime. You know what I mean? And your physical prime is your 20s to your 30s. And then I see your 40s is your statistical, like, finished product of both your primes, your physical and your intellectual prime, and that what the 40s is what makes you have your like I said, your finished product of your sculpture. That's your sculpting. So you go 40 to 50 and you're making it means of just showing them what you sat there and you physically competed for in life on your own means of what max levels you had to meet to your standards and past other standards to try to show that you had a reason to be involved in the community. And then you had to show your entrepreneuring when you were 40 to intellectually surpass what you learned as a kid from your parents in order to show that you had that adulthood to like succumb to if you had to be a parent, and become someone's guardian.
Give you my card before I forget.
But
there's my card, bro.
I was happy about that.
If you ever, I'll give you a couple cards.
All right.
My number's on there, bro. Number's in the back. So there's that for you, dog.
Hey, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So if you ever have any questions, dog, just hit me up. I'll be here, bro. Can I get the
I
mic?
definitely hit
Get
you.
the mic.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'll get it for you. It's all good. Yeah,
I would have
man.
been sad by accident.
It's all good. I almost forget it.
Well, you have a way to come back and talk to me.
Well, if you ever need anything, bro, just hit me up. Very nice to meet you, man. All right. My name's Daniel. All right, dog. Take it easy, dog. Need some more water?
Yes, please.
All right. Yeah, I'll get you some more.